Hello everyone and welcome back to Blobiverse. Today I am showcasing Devlog number 9, and boy, let me tell you, a lot has happened since the last Devlog. First of all, let's talk about building a village. It's a lot more complicated than it seems, so how about we take a look at what blobs must do in order to build a campfire. First, a blob needs to put a frame down for the campfire, and they can do this using a few sticks. No problem. But next, the blob needs stone. In order for that, I must teach the blob that stone can be mined from a rock, and a rock can only be mined with a pickaxe. Where can they get that pickaxe, you ask? Why, a pickaxe can be crafted at a workbench, of course. That workbench can be made using wood in order to craft the pickaxe. But that's not all. It's a bone pickaxe, so blobs need to know that bones come from animals and animals must be hunted to get them. Are you still with me? Good, because remember how I said we need wood to build a workbench? Yeah, so I still think blobs should need an axe to chop a tree down, but if a workbench needs wood and only trees drop wood, how will a blob ever craft an axe to chop a tree? That's kind of a strange position, but for now blobs will repeatedly slam into the poor tree until it breaks into a bunch of wood. I mean, close enough. But there's a lot more to cover though, so let's talk about our favorite art director, Spicy. Check this out everyone, Spicy finished some beautiful new textures for grass and sand. The world looks so vibrant that I think I want to live there. What about buildings, you ask? Well, Spicy's got that covered. Check out this sweet marketplace, this cozy teepee, and this sturdy guard tower. Blobs can't build them yet, but soon blobs will build marketplaces in their camp to store their goods, nomadic tribes will build teepees and travel the world, and villages will build guard towers and protect their borders. Also, the straw hut has a new frame. Check this out, that's much better than the old rickety sticks. But there's more. Earlier in development, we asked for your suggestions for new types of flowers, and some of them have made their way into the game. Thank you, Spicy, very cool. We've got the hadspen, marigold, daffodil, Siberian, bluebell, and tulip. And we've also got ferns for forests, but I was the one who asked for that, so thanks, Spicy. Flowers will show up in their favorite biome, and blobs will use flowers to dye themselves the color of their faction. You will notice that their native flower will also grow near their village, naturally. And there are many different factions, with classic colors like fuchsia, burnt sienna, Kelly green, mahogany, heliotrope purple, lavender, and more. Wow, I already feel like quite a scholar just saying that. Finally, there's one more cool thing. When something clips the bottom of the screen, it will actually fade out, so now you can see behind those gorgeous mountains. You can run from the gods of Blobiverse, but you can't hide. By now, you've probably noticed each blob has a name tag and a randomly generated name. Blobiverse will generate over 500 unique, goofy names, featuring some household favorites like Bop, Burp, Bonzo, Banan, and Beans. How cool is that? So let's talk about some new commands. We've got Edit, which allows me to edit the blob's hunger or faction value. We've also got Equip, which I can use to make a blob hold a piece of cheese or a stone axe in their hand. Blobiverse beta testers, the Tinker Squad, you guys can use the village info command to see more information about the village. Also, if you want to change the world size, you can use startup world large, and that will change the size of the world after you close Blobiverse and then reopen it. Now, if you ever want to hide those pesky buttons, you can type hide UI or show UI, and that'll do the trick. And if you ever need to spawn anything, you don't have to look up the ID for it in the Discord anymore. Just type item cheese or spawn blob 6. So, I'm guessing you've had your eye on that button on the top right for quite a bit now. That's a test of the user interface, but that button will also be there in the final game. And check this out. If you are paused, you can zoom way out. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be adding a lot more buttons with cool features like this. Now, when you change the speed, Blobiverse will automatically zoom you in if you are zoomed out too far for that game speed. So let's check out some blob behaviors. What are they up to nowadays? Well, I'll tell you what, blobs are working hard to build bigger and better villages. Check this out. Blobs will craft, hunt, mine, and build their way to victory. So, how do blobs know what they need to craft, or mine, or hunt? Well, when a blob thinks about crafting or building, they will think about which resources they need. If those resources are not available, the blob's gonna send a signal to the rest of the village and ask them to gather that resource or craft that tool or build that workbench. Blobs will automatically fulfill these requests as soon as they're able to. Well, if they feel like it. So far, blobs will build workbenches, craft bone pickaxes, mine stone, and use that stone to make campfires and shrines. And that's pretty awesome. So, you might be wondering, what do blobs do outside of your field of view? Good question! Actually, they just used to break and not do much at all, but now they are simulated much more accurately. Let's disable regions and give everyone an image. As you can tell, the further you go out, the less often they are updated. But the good news is, they will simulate as if they are doing everything at the same speed as the blobs you are watching, so nobody gets left behind. This is awesome because the Blobiverse world has to feel alive, whether you are looking at a place or not, and things need to happen outside of the screen too. So in this case, we're pretending as if the player is still looking at that old location. So the last thing is that blobs also take less detours now. They prefer to walk straight to their destination, and this actually saves a lot of time. Alright, thank you everyone for your support. Recently, I've been blessed with a lot more time to work on what I love most. Please make sure to thank Spicy for the new artwork in the Discord. It means so much to the Blobiverse team that you continue to comment and ask questions. If you guys are interested in beta testing, please contact Terrafear to become a part of the Tinker Squad and get your hands on an early copy of Blobiverse Remastered. Thanks again everyone, and for those of you who want to watch a blob tribe get set up, the rest of this video will show blobs in nature, starting with nothing and building a small village. See you guys next time.